Howdy, everyone, and welcome back to Royville Reads. My name is Stefan. I know I've been saying it all the time. I haven't had a lot of time to read, but I really want to try to continue with these videos. I really want to promote reading in any form. So I do have one for you. It's a little one. However, you're gonna get tired of me saying it, but one of my favorite comic book writers right now, Robert Venditti. He did Ordained. I did that video a little while ago. Go ahead and look down the list of videos. You will find it. Royville Reads Ordained. Well, this one's a little different. It is by Robert Venditti. It is Hank Howard, Pizza Detective in the Two Hollywoods. And this is number 1. So of course it was Robert Venditti, so I had to buy it. But I'm also, if you are a fan of these videos and my comic book videos, this guy kind of looks like someone that we all know and love. He looks like Constantine. So yeah, so I had to pick it up. But this was just a really fun read. It is kind of this noir pulp detective who I'm pretty sure works for like this pizza company, Caligula's Pizza, as a detective. It starts with him in Florida, and he is on the hunt because there's this guy, and let me see here. So yeah, he's taking pictures of this delivery guy, probably pretty shady. Something's going on, and he's all like, I followed this guy. The standard like pulp. I can't read too much of it, but kind of like let's see here, the kind of damp that fogs glass and makes mold grow. That kind of great pulp writing. So he finds out something's going on there. They're using it to smuggle cocaine, and then the FBI gets involved. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Florida Bureau of Investigation. He gets involved with the FBI. They get there. The bad guys get away because they're part of the mafia. The Australian mafia, the worst type of mafia, I'm told. And he gets taken down to the precinct, and they're just, working him over. The detective Hank, they're just working him over, thinking that he's part of it. And he's like, "What are you guys talking about?" And I'm just like, this guy's a detective for the pizza company. This is amazing. But then he gets thrown into what I'm going to call the slammer. He gets thrown into the slammer, and he sees this big guy just messing with him. And he knows, Hank's smart. He knows that it's a police plant because he's seen this before. And they're just going to try to, get him to talk by, befriending him. No, this guy just basically beats him up for sitting in his seat. Let me see if I can find it. Oh gosh, where is it? So he basically just beats the ever living snot out of him. But he knows what's really going on. And I totally forgot. I just read this, but I totally forgot. And the Australian mafia, they don't want to get caught. So there's this great scene of this pizza kid just blowing away this pizza shop, trying to get Hank. Kills the manager because Hank knows that the manager must have been involved, and it is just amazing. So then it ends up with, they can't hold him, and the detective, the police detective, is named Benevolent Goody. Because yeah, of course he is Benevolent Goody. That's a good cop name. And they give him his stuff back, but they also give him back the knife with the from the delivery boy hitman, and it has this little symbol on it. So he needs to dive even deeper into what's going on in this pizza delivery conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? And then he finds out that so he gets home, and he's got to do the whole like the the cleansing shower, because in the pulp, the cleansing rain. He's just got to do that cleansing shower. He got beat up and everything, so you got to get all that excess blood off, yeah. But he realizes at the very end that he has to, maybe the home office was right. Maybe I need a vacation, because they're like, you need a vacation. You're way too involved in this. You need a vacation. So he's like, maybe they're right. I need a vacation. I wonder what California is like this time of year. The two Hollywoods. Yeah, I thought this was going to be a little bit longer, but I guess it's one of two, which kind of makes me really sad because it was just a lot of fun. It takes a lot of those fun tropes for pulp detective and kind of turns them on their head because he's a pulp detective for the pizza company, uh, Caligula's Pizza Company. But yeah, it was just a really fun, good, gritty, action packed. It kind of made you smile through the whole thing because it was kind of ridiculous pulp adventure. But I really recommend this. Venditti, I mean, my channel's never going to be that big, I think. But, so Robert Venditti will probably never even see this, but it would be awesome if I could, have an interview with him to talk about this type of stuff that he's writing. It's just really fun. I strongly recommend it. If you want to know after I read the second one, put it in the comments and I'll do the wrap up because I literally think this is, yeah, because I think they have yeah. So here it says, Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, the two Hollywoods, number one of two. So sadly, I think this is only a 2 issue. Hopefully, there's gonna be some more shenanigans. Oh, this is a commercial for something else. Hopefully, there will be more shenanigans going on in the pizza world, in the pizza underworld, so that we can get more Hank Howard Pizza Detective. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. The only thing that kind of made me sad when I was not sad, but kind of disappointed me was that I really liked the art. I thought the art really fit kind of the over the top story, especially the hit when I'll show it to you again. Um, Especially the hit when it's just blah 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 blah, just all over the place. It was really well done. I just the paper is very newspaper print, kind of a little bit harder, but newspaper print, and then the black and white. I just kind of wish this would have been in color, especially since this cover looks so good and inviting. You really, in my opinion, you really want to read this book when you see this cover. I'm not saying that I don't like those at all. I'm not saying I don't like the black and white at all. I did grab something that I absolutely love in black and white and have loved since I was young. This is the second volume or whatever of the Savage Swords, but you gotta love, and this isn't about the Savage Sword, but anytime I get to talk about Conan, yeah, thank you. But this is just absolutely amazing black and white, and I really love the Savage Swords of Conan colorized, or sorry, black and white and not colorized. But yeah, for Hank, I just really wished it would have been in color, especially like this cover. But other than that, I strongly recommend this. This is a lot of fun. It's let me see. It was $5.99. I will say, for the price of comics right now, it was a little high for me. But Robert Venditti, you knocked it out of the park with the story. I thought it was really fun. So yeah, that is it. Hank Howard, Hank Howard, Pizza Detective, the two Hollywoods. So yeah, um, that's all for today. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this, please let me know down in the comments. If you are interested in more Venditti work, let me know. I have a lot of it. And even if you're not, I mean, he did, like I think I've mentioned, do the reboot of Exo Man of War, which I love. I might review that after rereading it because it's been a little bit since I've read it. But other than that, I want to thank everyone. I feel like I talked really fast. I apologize. Let me slow it down a little bit. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And as always, keep reading. And since we did a comic book, remember what your mom always said. If you have to be a dick, be a Grayson. Thanks, everybody.